What's the deal with Disco Elysium? Review bombers saying the game was stolen, and layoffs and infighting at the studio. Just finished Disco Elysium, which is now easily one of my all-time favorite games. As I do after finishing a game, I started going through the subreddit and reading reviews to see what others thought. I noticed on Steam specifically that there are a lot of negative reviews stating that the game was somehow stolen from the devs. Answer: Disco Elysium wasn't developed through the typical game development model, which should come as no surprise, given the game's content. Back in 2005, a novelist and musician named Robert Kurvitz formed an artist-slash-philosophy collective in Estonia. The collective failed to produce much except alcoholism and poverty, but they did come up with a bunch of fun world building. In 2015, Kurvitz and his fellow artists decided to try taking one of the worlds they developed and turn it into a video game, instead of a novel or album or series of paintings or whatever. An Estonian businessman named Margus Linami decided to invest in the game project. The dev team ended up being about 50 people, 35 of which worked out of a squat in Estonia. Shockingly, the game became a big success financially, and is now being made into a TV show among other things. Then in 2022, Kurvitz and his two other artist-slash-philosopher collective colleagues were fired from the game dev company. This would have been shocking if it was a typical game dev model. Why fire the creatives after they achieve a hit product? But it was not shocking given the game's arthouse premise. The game's businessmen investors wanted to make all the money that they could, and the artists-slash-philosophers didn't want to see their art milked for all it's worth. The specific intricacies are hidden under legal settlements, but it's basically just that classic tale. Rockstars versus record executives, yet again. The game studio, lacking its creative leadership, is canceling the sequel and subsequently laying off staff. It remains to be seen if the original creative leadership will form a new studio, or come to a new agreement with their old investors.